Hello guys! Today I'm gonna talk about the Night Lords, the 8th Legion. The Night Lords, the 8th Legion, are what happens when Space Marines have no empathy, and are in the worst sense of the word, sadist. The Night Lords, beginning with the Primarch Konrad Curze, the Night Lords do not worship anyone of the 40K's gods, being a Traitor Legion aligned with Chaos Undivided. From the origins on Nostromo to the downfall of Curze himself, and left to maraud the galaxy, inflicting chaos upon every world they arrived in. Imagine a Space Marine. Now strip away his honor, take away his loyalty, remove his compassion, and replace it with terror. Not the fear of death, the fear of what comes before it. The Night Lords, the 8th Legion, and the Adeptus Astartes are perhaps the most psychological, horrifying Space Marines ever created. Unlike the World Eaters, they don't...
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward. You make me sick. Your weakness is pathetic.
charge into battle in a berserk rage. Unlike the Death Guard, they don't spread disease. Unlike the Emperor's children, they don't seek excess. The Night Lords make you wish you had died quickly. To them, fear is the greatest weapon in existence. Every scream, every flayed corpse, every city left hanging from its own walls. It is simple and another military strategy, created by the Emperor himself, and led by the terrifying Primarch Konrad Curze. The Night Lords once enforced imperial law through terror during the Great Crusade. Today they roam the galaxy as fractured warbands, pirates, murderers, and sadists striking from the darkness before disappearing back into the void. The birth of the Night Lords. Like every Space Marine Legion, the Night Lords were created during the unification of Terra. Am I right, Terra? I'm not wrong, right?
What?
It's Terra, right?
What?
Unification of Terra. The
Yeah.
planet, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm right. Like every Space Marine Legion, the Night Lords were created during the unification of Terra. Originally known simply as the 8th Legion, they possess one defining characteristic, an unusual strong ability to induce fear. Many even possess unusual pale skin and dark eyes, to flaws with their gene seed. The Emperor intended them to become psychological weapons. Rather than destroying entire armies, the Night Lords would destroy their will to fight. If an entire world surrendered because they feared the 8th Legion, millions of lives could be spared. At least, that was the theory. Nostromo. Everything changed once the Primarchs were scattered across the galaxy. Konrad Curze landed upon a world called Nostromo. If there was ever a planet designed to create monsters, this was it. Nostromo was locked beneath eternal darkness. Its cities stretched endless upward beneath polluted skies. Crime rolled every street. Murder, extortion, cannibalism, slavery. Children disappeared nightly. The rich exploited the poor without consequences. There was no justice, only fear. Curze grew up completely alone. No family, no guidance, no love. He survived by hunting criminals and becoming something even worse. The Night Haunter. Konrad Curze became known as another name, the Night Haunter. He stalked the darkness like predator. Murderers vanished. Gang leaders were found hanging from buildings. Rapists were dismembered. Corrupt officials disappeared forever. Soon, entire criminal empires collapsed, not because Curze arrested them, because everyone feared what he might do. Eventually, crime almost disappeared. Not because people became better, but because they were terrified. Curze believed fear created peace. And for time, he was right. By then, the Emperor arrived. When the Emperor finally found Nostromo, Curze immediately recognized him. He knelt, accepted his purpose, and took command of the 8th Legion. His son inherited more than his tactics. They inherited his philosophy. Mercy was weakness. Fear ended wars faster than compassion ever could. If killing 1,000 civilians prevented a planetary rebellion, then those deaths were justified. Soon the 8th Legion earned a new name, the Night Lords. The Great Crusade. The Night Lords became infamous throughout the Great Crusade. Most legions fought armies. The Night Lords fought populations. When invading a planet, they rarely launched massive assaults. Instead, they assassinate governors, broadcast execution, destroyed infrastructure, flayed prisoners alive, displayed bodies across city walls. Even action carried one purpose: break morale. If billion people surrender without a fight, the campaign ended quickly.
Every blade must be turned to our defense.
Other legions found their methods disturbing. The Salamanders despised them. The Ultramarines considered them dishonorable. Even Horus sometimes questioned Curze's brutality, yet the Night Lords were incredibly effective. Entire planets surrendered before a single battle began. Despite his success, Konrad Curze was slowly losing his mind. From birth, he suffered terrifying visions of the future. Unlike many prophetic abilities in Warhammer, Curze's visions almost always came true. He saw betrayal, civil war, his own death, the destruction of everything he fought for. Eventually, he stopped trying to change fate. He believed destiny could never be escaped. Every horrific act he committed, he justified as inevitable. This fantastic worldview would eventually destroy him. The Horus Heresy. When Horus rebelled, Curze sided with him. Not because he believed Horus would win, but because he believed the Emperor had always intended to destroy him. During the heresy, the Night Lords unleashed terror on an unprecedented scale. Entire civilization populations were massacred. Worlds burned, yet strangely, most Night Lords never truly embraced chaos. Unlike many Traitor Legions, they viewed demons with suspicion. Many considered chaos simply another form of slavery. Instead, they fought for themselves. This is the name. One of the greatest conflicts involving the Night Lords was Thramas Crusade. Their enemies, the Dark Angels, led by Leon L. Johnson. Unable to defeat the Dark Angels in open battle, the Night Lords rebelled upon ambush. Guerrilla warfare, sabotage, void piracy, hit-and-run attacks. Entire fleets disappeared into the darkness. The war dragged on for years. Curze himself was finally captured, even imprisoned. He remained terrifying. The death of Konrad Curze and Night Lords of today, Curze eventually escaped, but he no longer resisted fate. He knew an Imperial assassin would one day kill him. He allowed it to happen. When Calidus assassin Mishen, did I say that right? This one. This is the other one. When Calidus assassin Mishen entered his chambers, Curze didn't fight. Instead, he welcomed death. His final words became legendary. Death is nothing compared to victation. He believed his murder proved everything he had ever said, that the Imperium punished monsters only after creating them. Unlike the Black Legion, the Night Lords have no true leader. The Legion shattered into countless warbands. Some worship chaos, many do not. Most simply survive however they can. Piracy, raiding, mercenary work, slave trading, murder. Whenever Imperial shipping routes grow weak, Night Lords are often nearby. 10,000 years later, the armor still bears lightning patterns across the midnight blue. Their helmets often resemble snarling bats or skulls, many decorating them with the flayed skin of their victims, not because chaos demands it, because fear still wins battles. How Night Lords fight. The Night Lords avoid air fights. If victory isn't guaranteed, they retreat. They sabotage communications, destroy power grids, assassinate officers, strike at night, attack hospitals, execute civilians, leave survivors alive to spread stories to them. Terror is ammunition. Every frightened refugee becomes another weapon. Why don't the Night Lords worship chaos? One thing spreads the Night Lords from the most Traitor Legion. Many actively despise chaos. They don't trust demons. They don't seek blessings. They don't fight for the dark gods. Instead, they exploit chaos when useful. Many Night Lords believe worshipping chaos simply replaces one tyranid with another. Ironically, their independence makes them even more unpredictable. The Night Lords are terrifying because they reflect something disturbingly human. They aren't monsters driven by hunger or disease or rage. They choose cruelty because they believe it works, and in many cases it does. Their story is ultimately a tragedy, a legion created to maintain order that became consumed by fear itself. Led by Primarch, who desperately wanted justice, yet could only imagine achieving it through terror. Even after 1,000 years, the lightning-clad warriors still emerge from the darkness, their victims hearing only whispered voices and distant screams before the lights go out. Because when the Night Lords come for you, death isn't the frightening part, it's everything that happens before. They are definitely a very terrifying unit. Alright, thank you for watching, have a great day.